What's good with the YouTube? You already know Big Flacco with a convict's perspective, and I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through that little bit of energy. Hope everybody's having a positive, productive day, man. You know what I'm saying? Please hit the subscribe, comment, share. Man, hit the like button, hit the bell notification for banging ass content and breaking exclusive news. And right now we have one. Goshen, California. Man, small rural community up in what you would consider Northern California or the Central Valley, man. Had a massacre today. 6 people died, including one elderly woman. They believe she was shot in her sleep in the head, okay? A baby, an infant, as well as a 17-year-old mother, and then 3 other people were shot. Now, apparently, they had cameras on this house. This house was pretty much a hotbed for gang activity and drugs. About a week before, they served a narcotics warrant, and they found guns, marijuana, and methamphetamine. Okay. They believe that the woman, 17-year-old, was actually running away when she got shot. Both the baby and her got shot. So this was a very, what you call, experienced group of whoever did this hit. Now they're looking for 2 alleged men that were involved in this, suspects. They were wearing masks. They were seen on camera before they went to go do the hit, but no one could react fast enough. Now authorities believe that this has something to do with one of the organizations across the border. I don't know. I don't want to really speak on something I don't know, but that's what the alleged theory is. At first, I thought maybe this was a bad drug deal or a bad situation where someone was a sociopath or a psychopath and had some bad batch over women, over some dope. But no, this seems to be something on a whole higher level of criminal activities. And with that, authorities are going to do their jobs on this one. And I will say this. This right here is one thing that people always got to consider. Now, what is the one thing that the United States of America will sit there and bring fucking hell on? The moment their citizens that are children or women are killed. Regardless if it was a justified action as far as in the underworld's eyes, the baby, that's going to be a no-no. There's going to be reprisals. There's going to be a wrath of wave coming from law enforcement because they take this shit serious. When it comes to a cop being killed or babies being killed, nobody's playing with that. You know what I'm saying? Even these criminal organizations that run the state of California don't play that shit. You know what I mean? It's a no-no. So I wonder what's going to happen once these people are apprehended. You're going to have to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have problems not only with law enforcement, but I think these the organizations that run California, like I just did a video on, are going to have a lot to say about this. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say about that. This is just unfortunate, man. Like, I don't know the magnitude of how this family was involved or what they were doing, but should be an eye-opener, man, that don't bring your business to your household. You have to safeguard and protect your children. You know what I'm saying? People are going to do what they're going to do on a day-to-day basis. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But the moment you start conducting illicit activities where your children are at, your grandchildren are at, and you think that you're doing things incognito on a type of clandestine operation, people are going to eventually come if there has any issues when it comes to money. And some of these groups are willing to set an example to the extreme of, look at how big this is. Now, I don't know what particular group it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to discuss those groups, right? But this is a senseless crime either way. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to sit there and kill an elderly lady, a 17-year-old, and an infant. I mean, that right there, at first I thought maybe it was a psychopath revenge type of hit. But now that what the cops are saying is looking like it's more of a highly organized, like Scarface type of shit, like a fucking, like the shit you see in the movies, man. And, I get that in some places that's the type of acts that people commit. You know what I'm saying? It's just set an example. But I don't see the United States of America, really turning a blind eye to this. They don't. That's the problem right here. It's going to be an issue because this was way, way past the borders. And if it is them, like I said, it's not really known. I just know that now a kid was killed and this is going to be a big, big issue, man. They're not going to sit there and just let this shit go, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Now, allegedly that these dudes were so skilled that they seen them coming in on camera, but nobody had time to react. And just the fact that an elderly lady, a 17-year-old mother, and an infant, that says a lot. Now, that's not to say the 17-year-old was innocent, but I mean, to what degree can a 17-year-old be involved in such high magnitude of drug operations. Because look, if it's what they're saying it is, they had to have been doing some serious business, man. I don't see there had to have been some serious men in the line, or someone did something to piss somebody off, man. Someone either was telling, or someone owed a lot of money, and just alone getting sloppy and getting pulled over can get you greenlit real quick, man. But it's just the level of how they went about it, man. You know, I get it. You know, when it comes to the criminal lifestyle. Now, let me take myself out the equation as far as a changed man, right? And let me go into me if I was in a criminal, within a criminal organization, and my thoughts would have been, women have always been a no-no unless they're deeply involved in the mix. Unless they're involved to the magnitude that they're the ones fucking off the money, they're the ones that did this or did that. Now, if they're just related to someone, I've never ever been given an order to go take out someone who's a relative of another. It's not to say it doesn't happen, but we were always taught no, because first and foremost, why hit someone that's innocent of the issue? Two, if you hit a woman, what's going to happen? You're going to have the consequences from law enforcement. Go after the one who's guilty of the incident. You know, I can't think of any. Only time I could sit there and think of anybody's family member ever being hit, and a hit was when the NF member, ex-NF member, Dr. De La Cruz's brother got killed, and then that one incident that happened with the MA, you know what I'm saying, where the babies were killed, they ended up whacking that dude for doing that. So that's something you have to take into consideration. So, you know, eventually, if they know who did this, there's going to be consequences for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's always been a no-no to do anything towards children, period. In fact, there's situations to where sometimes, like, you would want to, personally, you'd want to probably refrain from even doing anything just because there's children in the household. But then there comes a time when people got to be about their business and do what they got to do. That's the unfortunate thing with the game sometimes, man. The game's a game. And what rules are supposed to be set aren't always going to be followed, man, because business is business. You fucking off some money or fucking off the potential for someone to make money, people are going to feel a certain way about it, man. And this crime's crazy. You know, this town's a small town, man. I think it's traditionally North Daniel. I don't know if they have Sureños there or not. You know, at first they were saying gang related, and now they're saying across the border related. So who knows, man? We got to still do a little bit more research on it and see what we can find out. But for the time being, 6 people lost their lives, man. And, you know, the message I want to give on this is this, man. You know, I don't condone or promote criminal activities. But if you are going to be out there doing what you're doing, protect your household. You know, I one time had some serious operations going on, right? You know what I'm saying? To where I had safe houses out there in Santa Clara County, runners and so forth, right? I lived all the way in Alameda County, about 30 miles away in a suburb area at the time. Therefore, I never shitted where I slept or laid my head. I never involved myself or my kids, right? Well, when I was younger, I did a couple times, man. But after I got to a certain level of understanding of the game, I would never have my kids with me. I would never take my, have my family and do household business really at my house. It'd be very rare, you know what I'm saying? And those would be with people that I trusted enough to know that regardless of what bad blood could occur, they were never going to go after my family. It'd be personal. You know what I'm saying? But that was rare. I would try not to do none of that. You know what I mean? Because it's always more valuable to separate yourself and your family from what you're doing. You know, sometimes women don't understand that. You know, they want to know everything what you're doing because they think you're cheating or you're doing this. Sometimes you don't tell them because you're protecting them. But you have to do what you have to do. The moment you start to express too much, you're now involving them. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of issues with that as far as in my career. But the way that I dealt with that, I was making sure that they were safeguarded. If you don't know nothing, you're not involved, then you're okay. You're not a threat. But if you know stuff and you speak on it or this and that, hey, those consequences, man. The streets are real, man. People forget that. This shooting is a prime example of it, man. You know? Now, like I said, it's not the MO of these groups, of the MA or NF. So I thought at first maybe it was a psychopath that just lost his fucking, Had a bad batch of dope, maybe, fucking got personal, got pissed off, and just went crazy on a shooting spree. But nah, this was execution style, man. This was fucking professionally done. This was fucking planned. This was to send a message to somebody. You know, maybe someone got hemmed up and they're worried about them telling. Or maybe they did start telling, and maybe they made those promises. You fuck with us, we'll take out your whole family. There are groups out there that are like that, man. In any event, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this content, man. I did a video previously, but then I got more updated information, so this one's a little bit shorter than that one. But man, let me know you guys' thoughts on this, man. This is some crazy shit. That said, it's your boy Flacco. I'm gone.